Hey guys, so today I'm going to show you how I store my MAC pigments and my MAC pigment samples. And this is going to be a pretty short video because I don't have that many MAC pigments. I do really like them. Hopefully I'll get more soon. And, I don't really use them as much as the regular eyeshadows just because they can be a little bit messy. And usually what I'll do is I'll put them in little sample jars to use them instead of using it right out of the jars because if you knock one of those full jars over, it's a pit. And luckily, I don't have carpet in my bedroom. It's hardwood floor. So, when I have spilled, I haven't had too big of a mess. But if you have carpet, it's very dangerous to get the whole jar out. But anyways, okay. So we're going to start with my pigment samples. And this is what I store my pigment samples in. And this is just a clear container, and it's got little screw top jars in it. I believe that they are 10-gram jars rather than the 5-gram jars that you're probably used to getting pigment samples in. And I got this at Michael's, and Michael's is like a hobby store. It was originally marked, I believe, $9.99, but we had a 40% off coupon, so it was a lot less than that. And even $9.99, I think that is a really good deal because sometimes it costs just that much just to get the little 5-gram jars. So, and this is much, much more organized, and you can even fit this into like the small plastic drawers that you could find at Walmart. I've got a few right here to my side, which I can't show you just because it's stuck, because I have it shoved in and secure. But, so yeah, this is great. That way you can stick it in a drawer. You don't have to worry about them spilling or anything. And then, you can see the colors at the top, so you can tell which colors you want, and then on the bottom I have them all marked. As you can see, I don't have it completely full right there. There are, let's see, 30 jars in here, so you can have 30 pigment samples in here. And I just think that it's a great option for storing pigment samples, and I'll show you. They're pretty secure too. It comes off like that, and I think if I tip this over, some of them might come out. No? They're not coming out. I'm sure if I jerked it, it probably would. But so they're pretty secure, and when you take, it's even kind of hard to pop one out. Once you take it out, it gets a little bit loose. But this is what the jar looks like. This is just an empty jar. So, and I'll show you that compared to a regular 5-gram jar. So that's a 5-gram jar. Maybe they are 5 grams. I don't know, because this one is a lot wider, whereas this one's just a little taller. So maybe they are 5-gram jars. Not 100% sure on that. I don't believe it said on the package. This is originally used to store beads and stuff. I also have these, and these are actually from MAC. Usually if you go into a MAC store, not the counter, but the store, and you ask for MAC sample jars, they will give you a few of these. So those are usually pretty easy to get. Now I am going to show you guys where I store my regular pigments. Okay, as you can see here, this is where I store my MAC pigments. Now I don't have very many. You can see along the top right here, I have my full-size pigment jars, and then down here I've got some vials, and then I usually take my pigment samples and I stick them right here so I can see them and so that they're off the ground so my sun can't get to them. But, so I keep my pigments up here. I've got a little light right here, so when it's dark, I'll turn that on if I want to see what I'm doing, or just to have something kind of cool to look at, because I've got those MAC postcards up there. I'm going to try to fill this up with some more MAC stuff. As you can see, I've got a couple MAC bags up here at the top. But yeah, so this is the little shelf that I have. It's right next to my makeup station. I designed this, and my brother-in-law actually built this for me, and I have one on the other side as well that I'm going to show you guys eventually. But yeah, so this is where I store my MAC pigments. So that's it for my MAC pigments. As you can see, it's pretty simple. I actually really, really like my setup, and as you can see, I can stay right here and I'm looking at the whole setup. So you can kind of get an idea of my angles. But I think that it's going to work really well, especially with the old pigment jars, because as you can see, the old pigment jars have the flat top, so they're easy to stack. So even if I get a full row, I can start stacking them so that I can fill that up. Unfortunately, with the new pigment jars, those are impossible to stack because they have here, I'll show you. There you go. So you can see the difference. The new pigment jars are kind of rounded at the top. They're very smooth and it's very nice. I really like the packaging. It's nice and chic and um, it's nice and sleek actually. And I don't know. I definitely prefer the older style pigment jars. You definitely get more. And so I'm going to keep trying to collect the older MAC pigment jars. You can get them at the CCO and stuff. And that's where I do a lot of my MAC shopping. I really recommend going to the CCO because it's cheaper, you know, and if you miss out on something, you know, sometimes we'll have it. But yeah, so that's where I store my MAC stuff, and, well, my MAC pigments. And I'm probably going to get another one of those little sample thingies because I can stack that too deep on that, and then I'll just use the rest for like my vials and stuff, which vials are a lot harder to organize than the regular ones because they're small, you can't stack them, they fall over really easily. I'm going to have to figure out some kind of a system because I am like an organizational freak. But yeah, so that's my MAC pigments. I wanted to share that with you guys, and I hope that you liked it, and I hope that I inspired some of you to build your own shelves. It's so much easier when you build your own shelves. Like I said, I've got two of those, and if you can see behind me, well, you can see behind me that nail polish rack back there, I also designed and had my brother-in-law build. So, I mean, having somebody build something for you is so much easier than buying it. One, it saves you money. Two, you can customize it to your liking, and it's going to be perfect. So that's it for now. Thanks, guys.